Alrighty traders, quick market update. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, make sure you grab access to that free trading course, link in the description. Again, I used to charge for this trading course, but I'm giving it away for free to really help you out. And it really is a free trading, like the trading course guys here is like, if you only follow what you learn in this trading course, what you're going to get from me, and even do nothing with my actual private coaching program, which by the way, I'm actually running another webinar to that to teach you my trading system and to give you a 70% off sale. I'm going to be closing that. So the very last webinar I'm going to be running is today. So make sure you go, that very first thing in the description, guys, click on that, register for the free trading course. You're going to get instant access to the trading course. Also, you're going to get access to my next webinar I'm going to run. And also you can get access to that 70% off, and then that's it. It's closed, it's done for good. But let's actually have a look at the markets. The Dow Jones here, guys, is still developing this bear flag formation, right? So we're still developing this situation. Like what actually happens here? This is a very, very, very particular situation we're getting in right now. So if I zoom in on this Dow chart here, okay, if I zoom in here, look what's actually happening. We're developing what through here, right? We're developing this point through here, and we're developing this point through here, right? We have resistance, and we have resistance, and now it's come back down, and now we're developing what? This level through here. So that tells me this, that if indeed we start to get something like this, and then something like that, then guess what? We're probably likely to get something like this coming down from here as well too. So that's going to be the big key for me. Now, if it breaks up, well, screw what I just said to you. It's not going to happen, right? So that's what I'm looking for on the Dow Jones. Let's go look at the S&P 500. And again, very, very, very similar situation on the S&P 500 as well too. Right, let's go to the last 3 months, and you can see the same thing down and then across. We're flattening out. Okay, so what sometimes tends to happen with these markets is that we tend to, let me bring on a chart with the 20 moving average. You can see I've already got the lines drawn through here. So you can see what a lot of the times the market will have a pullback to the 20 moving average, and then it'll go again. Pullback, go. Now it's coming down, now we're going sideways. So this tells me that once again, we're developing this sideways movement. So we could start to get something like that. We've got an update today. If indeed we get this 20 moving average coming down like this, right, like that, and then the next couple of days we get something like that, the start of the year could be looking something like that, moving down to a new low on there. So that's actually the really interesting happening on the S&P 500. Looking at the Nasdaq as well too. The Nasdaq, we've got this low point through here, and a low point through here as well too. So we're at this sort of knocking on the door, and we had a little update today. So what's most likely going to happen is that we're gonna go through a bit of a sideways range through here because we have come back down. Probably going to go through a bit of a sideways range, possibly through here, and then it's going to wait for the moving average to catch up, and then at the start of the year we're probably going to break this 10,300 level, and then when that happens, it is all over for the Nasdaq. It's like get ready for the drop, get ready for the big caboodle, and I really do believe that as well too, right? So we're probably going to get something like this, looking at the markets, right? Probably get something like this, and then something like that, and then we're probably going to get something like this as well too. So moving out through there. So that's what we're looking at there on the overall indices itself. Let's go have a look at gold here, or silver and gold. Looking at the silver market, where it's a very, 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 very interesting situation that I'm noticing right now on the silver market, because we're still slowly going up through here. So and the thing that I'm looking at here is if I look at my weekly charts, we have definitely been coming up through here quite a lot, and we're right at that level of resistance through there. So I'm noticing that's what's happening right now, and we're developing this sort of upward movement right now. Let me just take that off the screen here. We also can see that there's possibly also something going on through, there's definitely a trend line through here somewhere. But I want to see if it's like that. Oh yeah, there you go, right, like that. So that's what's going on right now. We're squeezing up in this pattern, and when it breaks, we're probably going to have quite a big move. Now, my sort of thinking thesis behind thinking thesis. Is that the correct? Is that the correct saying? My thinking behind this is that we're going sideways. I would expect to see at least a bit of a pullback, only because we've had a bit of a rally here. And I can see that there's actually a really good strong level of support and resistance all through that sort of $22 level, possibly 22, maybe even down to 21. So it may even just get a little small pullback there, right? I don't expect too much drop. We may get that. We may even come back down to this level here. We may get a pullback, and then we see like a bit of a mock charge ready to go. On to the gold market as well too. And gold, same thing. I'm actually expecting a bit of a drop out of these markets. We're just slowly moving here, right? Now, obviously, anything can happen here, but we're going up and then we're slowly going there. So therefore, I'm expecting to see something like that happening with those markets. And last off the list, guys, what I'm looking at here is the good old cryptocurrencies. The whole calm before the storm, right, guys? You've heard that before, right? The calm before the storm. When things are very, very, very quiet in a market, this guy gets really excited. Now, why is that? The reason why is because after the quiet period, guess what happens? The storm. What is the storm? The storm is the big move, right? The calm before the storm. I'll give you an example when it comes, because we're actually looking at Bitcoin right now. So I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about here. Right. So if we look back over here, what is this? What was this point? What was this point? What was this point through here? Look at this here. The calm, right? This was a very long time calming period, right? And then guess what happened? The calm, but then when the storm came, boom, right? That's what actually happens. So we are getting the exact same thing on the crypto market, and we're about to see the storm coming. Now, why is that important? Because one, if you do have access to my trading course, which I've given away for free, link in description, shameless plug to give you this free trading course. Also, if you want to sign up to my coaching program, it's 70% off, but you don't need my coaching program. If you do need more hand holding for the next 12 months, then that's there for you, 70% off, last day today. But even if you don't get access to that trading course, you'll be able to see, I'll teach you my trading system for free anyway, right? You'll be able to see the reason why that's important, because one, the calming period alerts us to stay patient and ready. And then secondly, when we start to get the break, it tells us that the storm is likely to be starting. When that happens, you can jump in on that storm, and that storm can make you a lot of money. So and again, guys, I'm not going to go into again, I teach you the trading system for free, link in the description there, guys. When you see that trading system, you'll be able to see, I can see what John's talking about when it comes to calm before the storm, when it comes to this, even when it comes to the Bitcoin market there. So that's what's happening through there as well. And if we go look at Ethereum as well too, Ethereum is doing the exact same thing as well. Look at Ethereum, right? Ethereum is now squeezing up traders. There is going to be so much opportunities. And again, I am very fortunate that I get to short these particular markets, because it's only Bitcoin and Ethereum that I can short. I can't short all cryptos, just the Bitcoin and Ethereum. But I'm so grateful and so blessed to be able to actually short these particular markets, because when they do start to break, I can actually benefit from the downside. Traders, I've actually made so much money. I made a really good. I've made. Yeah. I'm just thinking what I'm trying to think. It's what I'm trying to say here. I tell you what I'm trying to say is that I've had some really good long trades on the crypto markets, right? The cryptos. But my most successful trades and my biggest trades have been in the last 5 years have been shorting things like Bitcoin, not Ethereum. It's actually mainly Bitcoin I've been shorting. Ethereum, I've actually had quite a few longs trading with Ethereum as well too. But anyway, and I've also had some shorter term opportunities when it comes to Bitcoin as well too. So when it comes to the 5-minute charts, the 15-minute charts and stuff like that. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, guys. Make sure that you no matter what happens, guys, your rule number one moving forward in 2023, you want to be a successful trader. You do want to be a successful trader, right? You want to make money from trading, right? Are you disciplined at sticking at one system, one approach only that you believe in? Now, let's actually talk about that. Break it down. One, are you sticking to one system? Oh, no. Well, you suck. You're a moron, and you're going to keep going backwards. You may make money every now and then, but that's called getting lucky. There is no luck in making money from trading, right? It's a system, it's a process. I do well from trading because I just stick to the same system day in, day out. right? And now patience is required because some weeks there's no trades. And then some weeks there's a lot of trades, right? So you got to take the yin and the yang with the whole thing, right? The yin and the yang with the whole thing. So the whole thing about that is that there, right? System. If you don't have that, then you need to get some sort of system. If you are trading the markets, if you are trading the markets, I mean, you're an active trader, you're getting in, you're getting out, you're an active trader, and you're listening to the Peter Schiff podcast to see what sort of trade you should put on, you are a moron. Peter Schiff is a long-term investor. Buy and hold for 10 years. Here's a 10-year view. It doesn't mean what's going to happen today, right? So where are you getting your information from and how are you trading the markets? Are you trading the markets based on a big fundamental analysis? Wrong. Therefore you'll be long Tesla right now for the last 6 months getting destroyed, right? There's a difference between trading and investing in the markets. There's a completely different level there. And if you want to do well out of the markets moving forward, are you an investor, buy and hold for 5-10 years, jumping on the trends? You don't really care what happens short term, or are you a trader? If you're a trader, then don't go listening to these big macro reports on the inflation numbers and so on and so forth and trying to trade that, because you are a moron. You trade the markets based on a system that you can trade over and 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 over again. That's going to give you the same probability of these trades, so you can rely on that system throughout the entire rest of your life, not getting lucky once, right? That's what successful trading is all about. Now, if you don't have that, that's your start. The second thing I said, a strategy that you have, that you only trade, that you believe in. If you don't believe in it, guess what you have to do? You have to plant your ass on the seat, and then you have to spend hours and hours and thousands of hours going back over time, looking at the charts to see where this system actually met the rules, right? Going back and taking screenshots. Like with some of my coaching clients, I tell them before they start the trade, they need to go do some back testing and take 200 screenshots of different trades that actually met the rules that I teach them. Why do I do that for my coaching clients? Yeah, it's a lot of work and it's going to take a bit of time, but why do I do that? 200? Can you imagine that? The same system, but going back over stocks, futures, forex, whatever, 1 minute charts, 2 minute charts, 5 minute charts, daily charts, and taking the screenshots of the exact same setup, the exact same rules, but going over different markets, right? You might find one, you looked at JP Morgan, you found one on JP Morgan, you found one on Bitcoin, you found one on Ethereum, found one on the interest rate. You know what I mean? Like, you've just taken 200 screenshots of different setups that actually met the rules. Can you imagine doing that after 200 times? Your confidence is through the roof. Then guess what? Then when you start the trade, now you're that person like, oh, you got lucky. You turned that small trading account into a lot of money. What a lot of rubbish. Like, no. So if you don't have a system, get the system. And if you don't have confidence in the system, then you need to spend a good few months developing that. And I always say, how you do that is go back over time and take your screenshots. Traders, right? Put it this way. If I showed you all my trades today, right, all my trades for the entire year, both bullish and bearish, whether it's on the crypto market, the foreign exchange market, the stock market, the commodity market, it doesn't matter. If I showed you all my trading opportunities, they all look very similar. Why? Because they all meet the same set of rules. So if you want to become really, really, really good in 2023, that's what you need to focus on.